of times you hear the women really complaining about the dudes of today. They say they sassy. They say that they want to be chased. They say a whole lot of things about the guys, right? Well, I want you to hear what this woman has to say, but it's a reason why these guys are that way.
No, because for real, these just wearing bedazzled jeans, sitting around, getting high, getting drunk with a bunch of in the section, glittery as with a bunch of What?
Now, you heard what she said. The dudes are with bedazzled jeans with a bunch of dudes and all. Okay. All right. Let me tell you what it is and what happened. So these boys, let's go back when they were little boys, a lot of them were little boys, and they're around their mama. And because they're around their mom, y'all didn't establish certain boundaries. Let me say, when you were putting on your makeup and all of that, your perfume, you let your son stare at you, watching you do that constantly. Actually, some of you, would unfortunately even be naked in front of your son, which are clearly unfortunate. That also has an effect. He's always around women and paying attention to women and their mannerisms and things like that, not really around no men. Now, you may say, well, the dad wasn't around. Okay, dad can be around for not a whole lot of reasons. What was going on between y'all? He could be incarcerated. He could pass away. It could be a whole lot of reasons why he's not around. So we can't just say he's not around just because, right? Until we know the issue of fully what happened. Because I'm gonna tell you something. Most men, even though I don't agree with this action, a lot of men throw their hands up with situations when the mom is just doing too much and she's making it difficult, or she's doing so many things trying to turn the child against them. And even though I disagree wholeheartedly with just saying, throw your hands up and not see your child, say, I'll talk to them later when they get 18. I really don't agree with that action. But I'm going to say, from what I've even dealt with personally over the years, I can understand why some men do take that route when some of you are being extremely difficult, causing problems in the courtroom when there's really no problem to be caused, right? So the fact is, dad wasn't around, and he was around, these guys were around y'all. And then they grew up very feminine. And then now you look at these guys today, they're not the dudes that come from like my generation, not at all. We couldn't watch our mama put on no makeup. We couldn't sit up there and be in the middle of women talking or whatever, even listening. Matter of fact, you couldn't even look at a grown folks talking. They say, hey, get out of my mouth. That's what they used to say. Go somewhere. Go find you something a little boy should do. You know what I'm saying? The generation, and like I say, it's not that long ago. I mean, one time, true story, my grandmother wanted me to help her clean the chandelier. My grandfather saw me on that chair with her trying to clean that chandelier. He said, get yourself down off that chair. And he told my grandma, hey, you got all these little young women in here. Get them up there to help you with that. You come outside with me. You come do a man's work. Come on, I'm gonna show you how to do some men work outside. And so my grandfather always said, hey, men are supposed to take care of outside. Men are supposed to pay the bills of the house, right? You don't depend on no woman for nothing. He always said that. He said, men pay the bills of the house, men take care of the cars, men take care of all things. The women supposed to be cleaning, the women supposed to be cooking. Let them do all that. Your job is to provide everything they need in there so they can do it. Because you can't tell no woman to go pay for something and expect her to cook you a meal. That's not gonna work. If she working just as much as you can't expect that. I mean, but that was my grandfather's generation. Okay. Now I understand today things are a little bit different, way different even from my generation, right? But what I'm saying is that you didn't have men around enough for these guys. And now you're right. A lot of them want to be princesses too. A lot of them carrying purses like some of you carrying purses. Some of them want to be chased. Yeah. But it goes back to, so how can we prevent this in the future? If you have a son and you don't have a dad around, put that boy around other men. Put him in football. Put him in basketball, some coaches. If you got a brother, ask your brother to kind of take him underneath his wing a little bit. If your brother's a good man, you got an uncle, grandpa, some guy that'll take him underneath his wing so he can get that proper male, figure. You understand? Because I understand you can't make a guy do something he don't want to do. I get it. Oh, because they got some deadbeats out there. I understand. But it's still not an excuse for you not to have that boy around no men. Don't let that boy be listening to you and your friends talk, watching y'all talk, watching you put on makeup. Definitely don't be getting dressed in front of your son. And certain clothes some of you wear shouldn't be doing that either in front of your son. Your son shouldn't be looking at the shape of his mama and the breast of his mama. Sorry, no. Now, I know some of you not gonna like it, but it's the truth. No son should be looking at that. Well, your daughter shouldn't be looking at that either, but that's neither here nor there. That's a whole argument in itself about the way they dress today. These little mamas today, they don't dress like, okay, I'm a mother now. I'm gonna dress nice, but I'm gonna dress a certain way. No. They want to dress the same. At the Houston Rodeo, it wasn't just 23 and 22-year-olds dressing that way. They have 43-year-olds doing it too, 50-year-olds doing it too. So that's one problem we have. I'm gonna say, unfortunately, in my generation, it's like not all, but some of the women still stuck in this, like they 23, 24, trying to hold on. I'm like, nothing to hold on to. You're middle aged now. I mean, you have to evolve. I'm not dressing like I was when I was 22, 23. I'm thank God, right? I'm a grown doggone man now. And I was supposed to be one. But it is what it is. But that's why you got this issue going on. So don't let your sons be around the women like that. Put that boy around men.